welcome back again. We are here in this beautiful evening with the Global Women in Leadership Conversation Series. I'm Aparna G. Kumar, the Global Chairperson for Women Entrepreneurship and Empowerment of GCPIT, and your host for the evening. Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World. This is the theme for International Women's Day 2021. This theme aims to celebrate the tremendous efforts by women and girls around the world in shaping a more equal future. Through this leadership conversation series, we are also aiming to celebrate the unsung heroes who have been relentlessly working for the empowerment of women and for the betterment of society. We at GCPIT also believe that it is critically important for all of us to look at all the challenges women often face and clear the path for the talented and dynamic leaders to rise to the top. This understanding, together with our own commitment to fostering a culture at GCPIT and CMSME that is both diverse and inclusive, inspired us to start this conversation series on women and leadership. This series will have 100 global women leaders sharing their stories and experiences with us every day, which will be a great learning opportunity for all of us. We are aiming this series as an eye-opener to the society, which will surely encourage leaders to take clear and decisive steps to develop the leadership potential of their female employees. GCPIT's initiatives like the Global Women's Business Summit, Womenomics Global Movement, and SheTrade's Global Mission, and follow-on programming have one objective: to move more women into the C-suite. These events bring together today's most accomplished leaders from the worlds of business, politics, sports, and the media to inspire the next generation of women leaders. We all have to do our part to make it happen. There is power in every decision we make and every communication we make. We have such a leader with us today, who is the head of corporate communications at L&T Metro Rail Hyderabad Limited. Let me proudly welcome Ms. Anindita Sinha to the Global Women in Leadership Conversation Series. Welcome, Anindita.
Thank you so much, Aparna. Thank you so much.
To give a small background of the work she has been doing to inspire leaders, including me, she comes with a professional experience of more than 3 decades. Fortunate to have enjoyed both the fields of operations and communication, working with public sector undertaking like Airports Authority of India and global conglomerates, GVK Group, Mumbai International Airport Limited, GMR Group, GMR Hyderabad International Airport Limited. She is currently working with L&T Group, L&T Metro Rail Hyderabad Limited. He has a proven track record as an effective crisis communicator, spokesperson for the company she worked, brought several accolades, and built and sustained a positive image for her organizations, leading the corporate communication department, and also has been an impactful writer for internal and external communication, blending art and science. She is the winner of several leadership awards like CII Indian Women Network Leadership Award, PRSI National Leadership Award from the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, PRCI Global Hall of Fame Award in Communication from the Chief Election Commissioner of India, Transformance Business Media Women Leader in the Field of Communication 2019, awarded as India's top 100 influential game changers of 2020 by Exchange for Media, etc. Speaker at close to 80 forums, conferences, press meet, online mediums, educational and professional institutes, a real-life motivator for students and young professionals with experience in business excellence and CSR. Anindita is also the presiding officer of internal committee in her present organization for prevention of sexual harassment. For her, empowerment means I have the power within, which is mostly untapped by self, and believes education, safety, financial security, and virtuousness can significantly instill empowerment in individuals. She is now one of GCPIT's 100 chosen global women leaders. And we proudly welcome Ms. Anindita once again to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I would thank the entire organization for giving me this opportunity to speak few words. And even if 1%, a wee bit of it impacts even one person, I really feel myself blessed.
Yes, that is also our aim with this leadership series. And that was an amazing journey you had. And I've been watching your interviews and I feel proud and inspired seeing the work you have been doing. You come with 30 years of experience, corporate experience. And can you please share with us where did it all start?
Okay, so I hail from a family where I have seen the women working. my mother and my maternal aunties, my mashis. So maybe I grew up seeing that. So it was always in me that I have to be an independent individual. Of course, at that young age, I didn't understand what independence, being independent individual or a woman was. But then that I will work, the basic concept was that I will go to office. And I used to, on Sundays, I remember I used to take my, a handbag of ma, and, just behave and act that as if I'm going to office. So that was there. And fortunately, my parents, they encouraged that, they nurtured that, so they encouraged that game of mine, that act of mine. So even while I was in college, in my degrees, I was doing my English honors from Calcutta University. In the gaps, in the summer gaps, I always wanted to work, and I worked in a travel agency, Yatri Travels, as a business development officer. And that is the first time I was exposed to the external world. The salary was so meager that, my dad had to pitch in for the chartered bus and all the rest of the things. It was 3 times more than what I got. But then, I got an encouragement from my parents. And I'm a single child, so I don't have any siblings. So the attention was all on me. So they encouraged that yes, okay, you want to work during your break, so you go. So I had to go and coordinate with all the travel agencies, the visa. We were a travel agency, so other agencies, the visa office, the consulates, and that, honestly, it gave me such a lot of confidence that I can do something of my own, very independently. So anyway, it was after my all my I finished my studies and everything. Even before masters, I saw an advertisement in Airports Authority of India for the Department of Operations, and I applied, and fortunately I got it after all the competitions and all. So if I can say that that was my serious start of the professional journey in my life, working with Airports Authority of India. I joined Kolkata Airport, so I continued working there in the Department of Operations. So I was there working from, I joined in 93, and my journey continued in Kolkata until 99. And then I was transferred to Mumbai Airport, again with Airports Authority of India. So again, I started working in a dynamic atmosphere where there was a lot of learning experience in Mumbai Airport. And when in 2006, the privatization, move came, and some airports were privatized, like Bengaluru and Mumbai and Delhi. So I immediately then, so Mumbai Airport was taken over. The mandate was given to GVK Group. So I immediately joined GVK Group. Of course, many people that time said that, why are you leaving this comfort and so secured job of a PSU? But then I always had the confidence in me, and of course I got good support from my husband also, that if you are sincere with your work, all jobs are secured. And this message I want to tell everyone who still feels that sarkari kaam karna hai to naukri nahi jayega. No, the scene has changed nowadays. Even PSUs are coming on a very private mode format. So get off this mindset, and if you want to do something good in life, be a very sincere worker, hard worker, hands-on worker, and opt for any good organization. It doesn't matter really whether it's a government or private sector. So anyway, so I joined GVK Group in 2006 when they took over Mumbai Airport. So it was the same airport, but Mumbai, from AAI to GVK. And then the real learning experience, the platform to learn started. And we actually developed this, from the inception, this corporate communication department, it wasn't there initially. Corporate communication, even now, not many organizations have, but yes, the concept has changed. People have started believing in the power of effective communication and good public relation. So even if you see railways, starting from railways, and even government organizations, like how even political parties, they have their PR proper setup. established PR department. So I joined, and we really, Mumbai Airport was such a big learning experience. There was a change management happening because all the employees were a little unsure with the takeover, the government employees. So a lot of change management activities we did. We launched. So I was heading, of course, the media under my supervisor, my reporting manager, who was heading the corporate communication then. So the media interactions started, and then the study rooms, the classroom sessions, the study tours, and airport was evolving. The refurbishments happened, the changes happened, the complete revamp of Mumbai Airport happened with the change of name, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport. Of course, so all that, I was really fortunate to be part of it. Of course, just going back, I think the inauguration part always somewhere I get involved, even with Airports Authority of India in Kolkata. From Damdam Airport, it was in 93, it was 95, it was changed to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport. So I was very much in the core committee and handled that as well. Anyway, coming back to Mumbai, then it so happened that I became the spokesperson for Mumbai Airport, and dealing with many crises, even the airport being closed for 3.5 days, a very busy airport like Mumbai. So I handled all that crisis, even shifting of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's statue to a prominent location, and many other crises. And Mumbai Airport was full of crisis, mainly during monsoon. I guess effectively I could be a good spokesperson for the Mumbai Airport. Of course, I got a lot of independence by the promoters and our CEO of GVK Group. A lot of independent working approvals and all. So it was really a brilliant experience. So maybe that good work which I did got me to Hyderabad Airport, and I joined GMR Group in 2011 as head of, I joined Hyderabad Airport to handle their corporate communication, and I headed the corporate communication department for the airport and all the airport ancillary businesses. Again, a big learning experience, a lot of events with the Honorable Chief Minister coming for Kolkata, and we had Honorable Prime Minister at that time in 95, late Sri Narasimhan Rao, our Honorable late Prime Minister. So all these VIP handlings and this handling of protocols, events, media, everything, I think made me into a complete professional. And so with Hyderabad Airport also, their 10-year celebration and many other important events. And then in 2018, I got this opportunity with L&T Metro Rail Hyderabad. By that time, the city grew into me, and I was liking Hyderabad. Of course, leaving Bombay was really something very... I really needed counseling at a point of time to come and stay in Hyderabad after Mumbai. But somehow the city really welcomed me, I think. And it was a very nice city to live in. So I thought that why not? And all these years with aviation, why not a change? Because I'm a person who I'm a bit impatient in doing something for a longer time. So I always want something new, something exciting, something adventurous, something where I have to be alert and my learning window will be open. I can do a lot of studies. And I'm a very social networking type of person, socially networked person. So with all the industry bodies and also, and Hyderabad was my base, so I opt for it. That let me see what the other industry says. And honestly, it is something so different, learning so new about how a metro runs, how a train runs, I always knew that, we call bogies and compartments, but it has a technical name, rolling stock, how are the, colorless tracks work. So everything was so new. Loco pilots. We always thought that they're who drives a train are called engineers. So it was, of course, we knew the English term of it, but in real sense. And the journey is continuing, and handled all the main commissioning of the lines. And of course, Honorable CM came to all the occasions and all. So that's what I'm saying. The reason why I like corporate communication, why I, decided to be in corporate communication, why I tell people to join corporate communication is, you are always doing something different every day. Even if you are handling the media, like I have a team who works the different verticals of corporate communication, like media, intelligence and management, then branding and marketing communication, then internal communication and employee engagement, of course, along with HR, then your network and advocacy, your social and digital media platforms, your ORMs and SEOs, and then your what else? Revenue generation. We do it through film shoots. We rent out our premises for film shoots. So everything what you do, even the person who's handling media, he is doing a different job every day, because the press release, the pitches are different, the content is different, the style, what you the way you're putting up is different, the content is different. So is your events and exhibitions, awards, senior management profiling. So everything, maybe the verticals are same, but the acts are so different. So that is, it's a newness every day, and which really gives me the kick and the energy to run. And that's how it is so far. Let's see where life takes me ahead.
I can really see that the excitement. It's really an amazing journey to listen to you itself. It's really exciting, and I can see that you got a lot of support from family, parents, right, and friends. But when you started your journey 30 years back, did you face any barriers? In your
Barriers
initial days?
in terms of professional barriers or personal?
Anything like
Okay.
when a woman comes into leadership, she usually faces a lot of
See,
problems, right?
acceptance of a woman employee into, when the person, of course, when I started, I wasn't a leader, right? So gradually you turn to be a leader, you groom yourself to be a leader, and as seniority and with experience and seniority, you become a leader. Uh, Acceptance of a woman, I feel, unfortunately, uh, is more or less the same what I faced 30 years ago. Yes, little some improvisation happened, but it's still there. So I feel, and I'm not talking only in in our workplaces, everywhere. So I feel that it is for you to decide whether this is a barrier for you. At times, we need to, women, and when I say we, I mean women, need to sort of ignore. And that again depends, what are we looking out for life, from life, how we are looking at life, and how what we are looking from life. Everyone, they have their own plans. Some honestly, they love to be a homemaker, some love to be a professional, some love to be entrepreneurs. So everything is good what the person wants, and nothing nothing is that this is bad or that is bad. No, nothing like that. But whatever you do, I think the conviction is required, and one should keep their head firmly on their shoulders, be judicious, and also most important is that, look, you always think of equality and not priority always. Okay, see, whenever we are talking about priority, if you really think, we are talking the same language what maybe a man is speaking. So it is up to us whether we think it as a barrier. Barriers will come in life. It will come in life, and it comes in life. Now, how do you do the hurdle races? When you go for a hurdle race, when you see that hurdle in front of you, do you stop? No, you either leap over it, or whatever the system is in that sport, in that race, you do that, right? Life is just that. Hurdles will come. ought to come, you need to face them, you need to resolve that, and then move on. Go to the next level. It's sort of like those computer games. You go to the levels
Yes, right.
and up, higher ups. So it is like that. And for ladies, I would say certain barriers you can overcome if at home you create that professional atmosphere. It is very important. Now, many ladies, they say that we don't we get stressed out, we don't get any help from the family. Many cases I have observed, not of course everyone, but I have seen many people. What happens is, typically, if you talk to them, if you probe into it, you'll come to know that they themselves have created that situation. Okay, so I'm sorry
Exactly.
to quote this, Balaji telefilm serials, but no harm in being a Tulsi and Parvati, Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahuti type serial. Now, no harm in being there. If you love to be, you please be that. But if you are not an individual cut for that role, don't try to pretend from the very beginning. You be what you are. Just be yourself, behave yourself. And also at home, if you are a professional, you have to make it very, very straight that I'm also going out. I also have my own space. I need my own space. I have my own life. When you bring up your children, whether it is a boy or a girl, create that professional atmosphere at home. And why I'm saying is at least I'm talking about my household. I'm fortunate to be accepted that way. But then, even I, thinking back, even I may, if I wouldn't have that atmosphere, I would have definitely made sure that atmosphere. Maybe it would have needed time. I had to give a lot of time, and in my case, I did not have to give time, but I would have done it. That is me, because at home, presently, even as I'm talking to you, whenever I go for official tours, I leave the house completely to my husband and my two sons. There isn't any work at my house which is a man's work and a woman's work, starting from cleaning a vessel to brooming a floor to getting stuff, or to manage, as you call, the household. My sons have grown up learning that this is what a man also have to do. Why? Because when they get married, two more girls hopefully come to my house. They are respected the same way. They get enough help to pursue their career. So, this professionalism, I think, is very important. And I feel that as you are an individual, as you grow as an individual, as you evolve yourself as a better individual, the manifestation is definitely there in your professional life. So both your individual life and professional life complement and supplement each other. And this is the culture which can help any individual, whether it's a man and woman, or a woman, to break any barriers in life.
Yes, I totally agree with you, and I'm proud of what you're doing. And in the last 30 years, I'm sure you have led more men than women, right? And I read that you have an all male team, and now you are really proud of your team. So, so have you
I
experienced any resistance
No,
while
I'm
leading
not at
men?
all proud that I have an all men's team now. I
Okay.
definitely not, but I'm proud about my team for sure. Yes, it so happens that gender diversity in many organizations are still only on the pie chart. In reality, I think we still need to be more serious about it. But fortunately, yeah, for me, first, when a resume comes to me, I always ensure that professionally it suits the role. But if I really find that a girl is really good, a lady is really good and equally competent, uh, okay, whether officially or unofficially, you quote me, but I give preference there. But yes, professionalism and the capability and the qualification and education, and the mindset when you read a person, when you interview, is very important for me. That I do. Uh, Honestly, whatever I am today, I just have been fortunate to get good team members, and maybe I could groom them well, but they groomed me as well as a leader. Honestly, I'm saying this from my heart. I got beautiful team members who respect me. Even my past organizations, one call, they still pick up my phone. I'm so fortunate for that. What I look at my team members is a 360-degree learning experience. Suppose my one team member who's handling media, who heads the media relation, and someone heads the social media. I always do a cross-functional work. I encourage in cross-functional work culture, and it is part of business continuity plan also. Suppose anyone is not there, the other person can take up that role and work. So it is not difficult at all to lead a team of men. What a leader has to do is look at them just as a professional, and not a boy or a male or a girl or a lady. And I think that takes care of all the issues. No, they are not at all difficult. They are beautiful people. Men, they are really very beautiful people. They are very competent. So all are equal to me.
That's great. And what is your management style? How would you communicate to your team?
I am 100% sure that behind my back they say she's the worst villain existing, yeah, on this earth. And it's like, a remake of The Devil Wears Prada. Only thing is I don't have money to wear Prada, but I'm definitely the devil. So I am honestly very tough with my team when it comes to work. But after working hours, I think I'm the best friend. We go out, we sit for a drink, and even if we discuss work, it is on a very lighter note and very casual, and nothing is carried back. And one thing which I have learned from one of my earlier bosses is magnanimity. Everything should be issue based. So never carry forward any personal grudge, which I never ever do on someone. And I always ensure that something is. I mean, whatever we do, we keep a very professional relationship, yet a friendly relationship, and that is how I think successfully we are being able to work as a team. And if you don't work as a very suspectful team, what happens is the outcome, the product, the project does not see a successful end, at least what is desired of you. So that is very important. So that is how our professional work should happen and start.
Okay, what one important message would you like to share to our women who are coming into leadership based on your experience?
uh, Again, I'll just repeat what I said. Don't first go and jump and look for priority. It should be equality. Respect men equally as you want to be respected. Be confident. And students who, even maybe, many girls who study and then they think that okay, they don't have really a career oriented mind. Do something uh, which can, any point of time, even if not at the starting of your career, but which can which can be which can help you to earn some money. You should be capable enough to do that. Okay, even maybe you don't need to earn money in our family, but be independent, and that gives, that has a special joy. It's a different experience altogether. So be independent, even in a small way. It gives you enough confidence. Another thing which I would honestly tell young leaders, especially girls, do a lot of self introspection. You know, it is very much important to understand yourself, and if you understand yourself, you can understand others. It is very, very important. As in management, there's a Johari window which has 4 quadrants, which talks about self, blind self, and hidden self. It's very important to understand you and understand others. So do that. And education, and when I say education, I don't mean those qualifications next to your names, but enough study. Keep your that learning window open. Read a lot, whatever is happening around. It is very, very important. So be be an aware person. Ladies today don't know their rights. It is very important for someone to be safe also, to know their rights. Like Posh, I'm the presiding officer for my organization for Posh. We go and tell people many, even when I took over, I learned many rules which we can exercise, or even we who to approach and how to go about it if there's such an adverse situation at work. So it is very, very important. So that's how one should be. And whenever you're starting your career, your aim should be to be a leader. It is very much important. Never look at anyone based on gender or any bias. Be inclusive. It is very important. Look everyone as a professional, not based on community, gender. And it's very important. I'm telling you, it may sound very cliched, but it is very important. Unless you have that open-mindedness, you cannot evolve as a better individual. You cannot evolve as a better professional. It is very, very important. Reading a lot. Nowadays kids read less newspapers. They don't. They are very, very sort of a blinkered approach. That this is my job and I'll do this. No, everything should be your job. You should be well aware individual. That is what I really would like girls to be.
Right. That was really, I think, being introspective is very, very important, and spending your me time also is very important, right?
Very important. Honestly, I'm saying I always spend me time, and I don't compromise on that at home.
So many of us look up to you for inspiration. Who has inspired you in your life?
Uh, First and foremost, my grandmother, my nanny, my mother's mom. She was an amazing lady. She was a freedom fighter when she was in Bangladesh before the partition. She was a great poet. She was an excellent cook. So maybe those things inspired me a lot. My Mausi, as I said, my mommy. In fact, I was very fortunate enough to, when my mama got married, to have a mommy who was extremely independent and entrepreneur skills in her. She had. So those inspired me. I honestly tell you, I look at everyone around, no matter who the person is. Even a person in Singapore, a cab driver, inspired me a lot. She taught me that first you need to love yourself, and then only you can love others. So small, small things from everyone. If you really speak about some known personality, it is Sudha Murthy. It is something, how she struggled to establish herself in the college, and she was the first lady engineer. She was the first lady engineer in her college, and they had to how she fought against all the odds. But she stood there, and she made sure that she studies there. He studied there. Otherwise, the university never had any women engineers. And then when she joined Tata's, she even wrote to JRD Tata that why I cannot join as an engineer. So the fighting for own right, because she was capable. So things should be looked in perspective of capability and professionalism and proficiency, and not gender. So she inspires me a lot every time. Even her social work. I mean, I respect her a lot.
Yeah, she's a true inspiration. I think she writes for kids as well. So.
Oh yes, everyone.
I'm sure with a job like this, you will be busy 24/7, right? How do you manage your work and family responsibilities?
As I said earlier, I make everyone work. And they, at times, I think they really feel that I make them work and give all this logic of equality and all that. But honestly, unless you are comfortable at your household that the work is shared, you cannot have a very sound professional life. Maybe you can manage it, but it will give you stress. Which in my case, I'm fortunate enough because as I said, that I start that culture. A culture has to be built. It cannot happen in a day, but over the period of time and over the years. So that is one. And second thing is, mm, uh, one must always try to take up a job which of course can give money. Balance is very much important, but the passion is there. So when you are passionate towards work, when a painter, an artist paints a canvas, okay, maybe it's for 3 4 7 days continuously, but the person doesn't feel tired. When an actor, and shooting is no cakewalk. It's very tough, but they enjoy it. So anything you do with passion, you don't get the stress in you. So loving your work is very important. Try to take up a job or take up a profession which you love, you want to do, you want to pursue. It's your passion, so that relieves the stress to a large extent. Of course, you have to be very practical, which can balance with the money also. Don't be so passionate that it doesn't get you money, because after all, nowadays, all of us are used to a certain lifestyle. So we have to be practical from the economic, financial front also.
Right. So you are working for a multinational company which is noted for the immense value it provides towards gender parity. You
Yes.
said. And can you tell us what is the organizational culture for women and working mothers in your company, which can be emulated by other companies?
Let me tell you, since our metro rail is run by 40 women loco pilots. First of all, it speaks
That's amazing.
of everything. And if I consider the women staff, the station controls and everyone, it goes to 60 plus. And of course, I'm one of the women leaders, and for of course the maternity leave and all are very good in our company as per the rules. Posh, as I said, very strictly propagated that you are a woman is completely safe in this organization. All the numbers, like I'm the presiding officer, my numbers are everywhere displayed, that anything happens. And we have Posh workshops also to make people aware, to make the men also aware that it can happen to you also. It is not that only woman a woman can be a woman can be victimized towards a sexual abuse. Even a man can do so. It is for you also, irrespective. For working mothers, we have creche facility in our premise. So they are really very happy. They come back and join office, resume office very happily, being able to look after their child.
This is really amazing. I'm
Yeah, and
getting
all
goosebumps.
workshops and all. I mean, and very much respected. Honestly, L&T is an organization where women are so much respected. Like it's really amazing. It's a very, again, as I said, as they say, Tata culture. It's an L&T culture. So the culture has to be developed.
Exactly. There may be moments in your life when you feel it's really tough. We cannot go on. What do you do to maintain that internal balance? I read that you do a lot of meditation and all. I just wanted to know about it.
Introspection, yes. Meditation, I'm really a little lazy about it and me about it. Yes, even when I'm lying down or watching TV at times, maybe the TV is on, but I'm thinking to myself. So, yeah, I mean, as that's what I'm saying, it is very important for one to respect yourself as a lady or whatever, as a man, whatever, as a child or a student, to respect yourself a lot. And then you can respect others. It is very important. So unless you respect yourself, you can't respect others, so which is very important. And combating, see, these, it will, whose life is completely a bed of roses, and it goes very in a very consistent way. I don't think that's something that's a very weird idea. I don't think it ever happens, and it's very difficult to happen. I don't know if some people are there enjoying that sort of life. Really lucky for them. So, but you have to accept each day as it comes and take up the challenges as it comes one by one. So what happens is, initially what I used to happen to me, anything just comes to bog down, and I used to first sit down with my hands on my head. Oh my, what is going to happen? So later on, I realized that instead of doing that, if you slowly counter the problems, try to get over the problems, your life become much easier. And if you are in a very patient mind and a very sane mind, it becomes much easier for you to deal with that problem and to counter and resolve that problem. So anything, whether it's a hurdle, whether it's it's some sort of adversity, whatever it is, you should deal with it. And I also believe in one thing, that spread happiness, spread your joy, don't spread your sorrow. And this I always maintain in my life, that you have to manage yourself, okay? And you can do the best. No one else, you won't be knowing, really coming and knowing my problem, right? I have to resolve it. Sharing with family members is very important, whatever it is, whether it's a hurdle with a person or personality, whatever, even your office, it's good to share with people, but never bring back that baggage or tension if you're having back home. Neither take back your household problem when you're going to work. You have to create that line of difference. You have to have a complete hold on your life and gather yourself. You cannot gather yourself, you cannot be always alert and all. No, let your hair down, enjoy. But if a problem comes and you really think you're in a messed up situation, gather yourself. And of course, there are, one of my friends recently taught me some affirmations which help, and it gives a lot of peace of mind. So once you get that, I think it becomes easy to deal. Second thing is, one, honestly, what I learned from my husband. I used to get I couldn't get over it completely, getting bogged down by very small petty matters. So everything should, each and everything should not have to be immediately addressed and immediately answered, responded, or replied back. So let go of some petty issues. This, honestly, and look at the larger picture. This is something my husband taught me, and not that I agree to all what he says, but yeah, few things which
right, we have to agree.
for me, I do take. I'm trying to, still not there, I would say.
Inspiring, and I'm enjoying this conversation, but every good thing has to end somewhere, right? So let me get into my last two questions. How do you feel being listed in the 100 global women leaders list of GCPIT, and to be awarded under the She Trades Global Leadership Awards 2021?
This is a news to me. Did I get an award?
Yes.
See the tone. See the tone now. This is a news to me which you are sharing with me. Even Santosh did not tell me. He just said there'll be an interview. Okay.
It was there, shared on LinkedIn, and I think you missed it.
Now is the time to go and toast. I mean, I think raise a toast. But oh my God, this is something really, I'm elated, I would say. Thank you so much. See, recognitions are very important in life. Honestly, I'm telling you. So even my team members, I'm just going back whenever, as I really am very tough with them. But even the slightest small good things, if the good work which they present, I always pat them on their back, and appreciate it. So recognition is very important, but it only tells you that you have much more to do, harder work to do, and you have to go to the next level. Because I mean, I cannot be at the same level after getting, suppose, 5 awards. So I have to attain, I have to target the next higher ones, or a better one. I mean, more number of recognitions. So this is something I'm getting honestly from an organization like you all, it is an honor, I would say. Thank you so much. I don't know whether Santosh is here. Thank you so much, Santosh, and the entire organization for, I truly appreciate. It's an honor for me from such a big organization.
Congratulations, and you really
Thank you.
deserve it for all the good work you have been
Thank you
doing
so
and
much.
for
Thank you.
inspiring people.
Thank you
And
so much. You really made my evening. Thank you so much. This was a surprise.
and what would be your message for She Trades Global Mission 2021? We are coming up with a virtual fair for women entrepreneurs. So,
Yes.
what would be your message?
See, the very word entrepreneur, I would say, mean, when you just think of an entrepreneur, first, the most, what comes in your mind is a very confident individual. So I think you're already there. So you have to just develop yourself and go to the next levels. So this is very, very important. So I think it is a wonderful platform to bring all the entrepreneurs together at one platform to share knowledge, to know about each other, to know the style of work, how they do. And trade is one of the most important things. So she trades, the name itself has a power in it. Second thing is, after, as our honorable prime minister all insisted, or stress on the point of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So, and we have seen how many people have lost their jobs during this lockdown. So I think it only taught us to be resilient, to be more, to bring out the power within us. It is there in everyone. It's dormant in many. That's it. Okay, many maybe because of the circumstance. Very for easy for me to speak, having a high speed Wi-Fi with a savvy, high tech laptop, and speak to you and give some gyan, but may not be easy for everyone. All because they every day they have to fight for, as we decide what to have for dinner. So they have to dinner whether we can have dinner. They have to decide. Okay, so that is the adversities they fight for. So it is very difficult to really go to their place and their position and understand. But then I think this skill development is something very, very important. And these entrepreneurs, they are not only they are creating a the platform for themselves, but they're creating jobs for many. So I think this is a wonderful situational conference which you're organizing and we are about to do. And I wish all the best. I'm sure all this ideas which come forward, and there will be a lot of takeaways from it, and many will be benefited from this, of course. And see, this is the reason why we in India we are doing good. I was the co-chair for ASSOCHAM's EODB Council Ease of Doing Business, and we see how India is slowly coming to the from, it was some 100 plus, and now we are at, I think, if I'm not wrong, 73, 74 position. It's commendable. Telangana, the state where I belong to, it's in the second position. So it's brilliant. The ease of doing business, it's very, very important to study all the parameters. I'm sure you will have some session on ease of doing business also. Bring some experts from the industry. It will really help people to know how to form a business or how to even close a business, which is very, very important. All start knowing about the technicalities of how one does a business, from, because they are all entrepreneurs, and they are the she trades talk about all that. So I wish the conference all the best. I'm sure it will be beneficial for the speakers and the audience as well.
Thank you so much. And that was an amazing conversation we had. I really enjoyed listening to you. A lot of learning. Thank you so much, Anindita, for joining me in this conversation today. Women's Day being around the corner, let's together promise to support, mentor, and build more women leaders in the coming years.
Sure,
Thank
sure.
you.
Though I don't believe in Women's Day. Every day is Women's Day for me. So I'm never too excited on Women's Day. But then yes, even as I said that I want every woman to stand up for their own right and be confident, individual, and professional. That's it. Period.
Right. We are celebrating Women's Day every day with this
Every
leadership
day.
conversation
Yes.
series as well. So
Yes.
thank you so much, dear audience, for being with us till now. We'll be back tomorrow to learn about another leader from another about more about leadership. Till then, this is your host Aparna Kumar signing off. Thank you so much. Stay safe.
Thank you so much. Thanks once again to everyone.